Hello everyone. Let me adjust my mic. Okay. Right. The other day I actually experienced heightened arousal. I didn't know it's heightened arousal, but after I actually did some search, the search result actually shows me that it is heightened arousal. Heightened arousal in Mandarin, it is translated in the way that it is 过度兴奋反应, some sort like this. It's more towards like excitement, I guess. It's more towards like excitement, but I guess it can also happen when people get too nervous. I think so. I think so. So, heightened arousal is a situation where yes, everyone will get excited, but you get overly excited that you feel there are some physical sensation, there are some physical discomfort that comes with the excitement. Like for example, you may feel raising heart rates, you may feel palpitation, you may feel your muscle is very tense, right? You may feel like you have low blood pressure or high blood pressure, right? Some sort like this. Okay, then what caused my experience the other day is because I suddenly thought of an idea of writing a post, and then I thought of the idea in a way that I can actually share the idea with people and to bring out some situation where people never think of. So I was so excited. I was so excited about my idea, and I eventually wrote that so-called post, or wrote that paragraphs, and wrote those paragraphs, and I posted. But I feel like, I sit in a very weird position where I don't move, and I feel I cannot move. It's like I feel like my muscle is like rooted. My muscle is rooted to the ground, and I cannot move. I hardly move. I feel like as if I was about to have stroke. Right? So that was my feeling, and I have very heavy. I had very heavy breathed. I breathe very heavily, and the experience make me feel like I want to go A&E. Right? I want to make myself to the accident and emergency section of the hospital. That is the feeling of heightened arousal, and it's very common among autistic individuals because of the hypersensitivity that we have. We may be oversensitive to the sensories around us. We may be oversensitive to the inputs that we receive, to the information that we receive, and that may cause heightened arousal. It can be an intense feeling of us, because autistic individuals usually feel much more intense compared to others. For some autistic individual, when you have intense feeling, it means like people feel happy, but you feel very, 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 very happy. Right? People feel excited, but you feel very, 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 very excited. So that is how intense feeling will be, and this intense feeling will make you overly excited that you have all these physical sensation over there. And it can also be caused by stubborn thoughts, whereby autistic individual, usually it's very hard for them to turn their thoughts, right, in another way, to look at things in another way. They will still go on with that stubborn thought, even though that thought may not benefit the person or may not benefit the situation at all. So when we get too overly stubborn, we may also get heightened arousal as well, right? So these are some of the common reasons for me, right, to have this heightened arousal. It may not represent everyone, every autistic individual, but I guess there are some root cause, there are some relation in creating situation like heightened arousal, right? So what did I do when I actually have this situation? What did I do? I think I have tried a few ways from very, very long time ago until now. I've tried a few ways, but I think the most effective way is acceptance. You accept that, not you, I accept that myself having this situation. I accept that, yeah, currently I have heightened arousal. I give myself some time. I know that I have this situation and so on. And one thing I feel safe is because I have exercise habit, right? During normal days. So I think, given my habit and given my diet and so on, I may not, may not really have issues with health that much, I guess so. I mean, um, the possibility of having a real stroke is not really high for me. Right? So I usually give myself some time. I accept it, and of course I monitor because sometimes it can really mean something, right? So I do monitor. I did blood pressure test, right? I think I did around 3 to 4 times during that night when I had heightened arousal. I actually monitor myself. I did blood pressure test. I measure my SPO. I measure my heart rate and so on. I make sure everything is within the normal range, right? So I keep on monitoring myself until the feelings gets better, and until the reading, whatever that I measure, the reading gets normal, right? So I usually give myself around like maybe 4 to 5 hours around there. It can be long, when you really have emergency. It can be quite dangerous, but usually I will monitor, of course, within the first half an hour. If I have something very serious, of course I will go A&E. But when I don't really feel anything serious within the first 1 hour or the first 2 hours, I will give myself about 4 hours to monitor the whole thing, and usually it will get better after 3 to 4 hours, right? So that is my experience. And then I will also try to do some calming techniques, like for example, I'll count my fingers, right? 1 to 5, 5 to 1, 1 to 5, 5 to 10, or something like this, right? I will try to steam, right? I'll try to use some steaming tools. I will try to fidget. I will try to use my pressure ball, right? And so on, the stress ball and so on, to try to release my energy, because heightened arousal may also mean that you have too much energy, right? To release it, I will try to do some small run, right? Try to do some exercise, make sure myself is moving and so on. But of course, if I'm moving and I feel something like dizziness or whatsoever, I will stop. I'll sit down. But sit down, I will also try to move around. I mean, using my stress ball or something like this to move, to actually release my energy. That's what I do, right? And most of the time, of course, I also have anxiety in terms of health anxiety. I may get overly worried about my health, and that may worsen the heightened arousal situation. And sometimes I also use this technique. If you have people around you, and if you have someone whom you trust very much around you, like my partner, I will usually ask my partner, I think I'm okay. Do you think I'm okay? It can be very, very bugging, It can be bothering to that person, but I will still ask. I'll still ask. You see, my blood pressure is a bit higher compared to the normal days. But do you think I'm okay? Even though my blood pressure reading is within the normal range, definitely within the normal range, but because during normal days my blood pressure is lower. Usually I have low blood pressure, so when I have heightened arousal, it goes up a bit, but I still feel worried because it goes up. And I will try to ask people around me, do you think I'm okay? Do you think this blood pressure is okay? Then when people say, yeah, it's completely normal, it's okay. Or when people say, yeah, I'll be around. If you have anything, I'll be around. That actually serves as a comfort to me. I mean, at least to me, I feel comfortable. And it actually helps me to go through that situation. So I'm not so sure whether it works for you. If you have heightened arousal situation, you may try it, right? And final message is, heightened arousal, of course, everyone will have this situation. Possibly, everyone possibly will have this situation. It's not exclusively for autistic adult. It's not exclusively for neurodivergence, but it can be more frequent. in neurodivergent individual and autistic individual. So it's just a small sharing and some knowledge and experience sharing from me, and hope it actually gives you some idea about what we actually face during our normal days. And when we really have heightened arousal, and when we tell you we have heightened arousal, then at least you have some idea what it is all about.